Good evening, everyone. Making sure I got the volume turned down on my phone. I did good. I see we got 7 people in here. Welcome in, everyone. Hello, Johnny Knight. Hello, Adventures in Gardening. And you might want to drop your link there, DJ, because I know you're always wanting to get shared out. Hello, DJ Turneroo. Hopefully, Nightbot's awake. If anyone wants to drop your link, type King or drop in chat. And to get your weather, type in weather, space, then your zip code. And it looked like Nightbot's awake yet. It's funny how sometimes Nightbot's right there, and other times it's a few minutes before it gets going. Well, I'm a lot happier with the weather now than I was a few days ago. I know some people were loving that Arctic blast we got. I wasn't. And I refused to turn the heat on in September. So, just spent a little extra time in bed in the morning. Didn't want to get out from underneath the blankets. One morning was 48 degrees. But then it would warm up during the day, and I have to have the air conditioning on for a few hours. But now that it's back into 60s at night, I'm much happier with that. I don't know what happened here, but lost my live on my phone. Here we go. Yeah, I saw you had to make some changes there, DJ. Hello, Joanne. Hello, New Hampshire Mountain Girl. Hopefully, for Sunday, I can try out, and I may even do a pop-up live to test it. Well, hopefully I can try out a new camera I just got, webcam. I don't know if it's going to make any difference with the quality of my lives. I don't really think it's going to be any major difference until I can get fiber optic. But I got a camera that I bought on Amazon that I'm going to try. I was going to try it tonight, but I didn't like the way it sat on the laptop. It looked like it could fall off at any minute. So I got to figure out some way to hold that webcam so it'll be a little more secure. And then I'll give that a try and see how that works out. Yeah, we've been having nice weather here. Well, starting yesterday. Monday night was the last cold night that we had. 80s during the day and 60s at night. Hello, Beyond Retail and More. Well, Dogs are barking at something. Hard telling what they're barking at. No, probably you guys can hear the dogs barking. Yeah. Honey started barking at Drew today. He was over to his place doing some work. Been there all day. And all of a sudden, she comes out from underneath the house barking and heads right to the back and looking right over towards his place. The only thing I can figure out is just all of a sudden, after hours and hours, she decided to start barking at him. I don't know. They're goofballs. Yeah, sorry to hear about that situation, DJ. But I'm glad you're able to get that straightened out and didn't lose your channels. Yeah, I figured you could hear him, Joanne. Hello, Austin. Today was a very busy day. I felt the best today, both health-wise and back-wise. I felt the best I have in at least a week, maybe 2 weeks. So I took advantage of it. I don't think I overdid it. I was careful to pace myself out so I didn't mess my back up. But I went up, feeding water to chickens like I do every day. Cleaned out a couple of the waterers. Now that's cooled off a little bit, I'm not getting as much algae in the waterers, so I can get away with just cleaning a couple each day. And that makes it a lot easier if I don't have to clean them all every day. So over a period of probably 3 days, I'm getting them all cleaned out good. I rinse them all out and stuff every day. And then when they start to get bad, then I got to take the scrub brush to them and clean them right out good. And when I went up to feed water the chickens today, I found Mr. Buff dead, which I knew it was coming. For those of you that don't know, Mr. Buff had a heat stroke towards the end of June, and I thought he was going to make a recovery. He seemed to be doing pretty good for a while, and then he started going downhill, and most of the summer he's been going downhill, and the last week or so he was in pretty rough shape. But I do have another Buff Orpington cockerel that's 2 weeks old now. So that's going to put me behind a little bit on breeding my Buff Orpingtons. But hopefully he'll mature fast, and in 5 months he'll be able to start breeding. If not, 6 or 7 months. And the other breeds, I should be set with all of them to start hatching out chicks for the beginning of the chick season in February. Oh, that's good, DJ. Hello, Tony. Hello, Judy. Yeah, thank you, cutie. And hopefully tomorrow, I got a shipment of guinea keats and 2 Easter eggers to replace the ones that died last week because the post office took too long to get them here. The hacker did a free reship for the ones that died. And this time, I'm having them sent to Brett and Deborah's post office. And I'm going to go up there in the morning and pick them up. Well, I'm assuming they'll be there in the morning. Because when I was living up there, I always got them in 2 days. But in order for them to get to Waldron, they come into Little Rock and sit there for a day and then go to Fayetteville. Then from Fayetteville, that's a distribution center for this area. Then they'll go to Fort Smith and get loaded on the truck to go to the post office. Well, that extra day is just too much. The last shipment I got, I had quite a few losses in that also. But when I was getting the 2-day shipments, I wasn't losing any of them. And the woman that I talked to at the hatchery, she agreed. She said 3 days is just too long to be in the mail. And she doesn't know why they have to take that long. So I asked her about, I said, can I have them shipped to a friend's P.O. box? They should get there a day sooner. And she said, absolutely. Just give me the address. And my 2 guinea keats that I hatched out, what was it? Towards the end of July. I put them outside today. They're out there in a dog crate. So they won't be able to do too much for the ticks right now. But when they get full grown, and when the other ones get full grown, they'll be free ranging on the property. This is Dino. So hopefully we can cut down on these ticks. Hello, C. Clifton. Thank you. Hello, Chief Broken Brain. Well, I appreciate you coming in my live, even though you are tired. Hello, Jennifer Ocean Homestead. And thank you for that reminder, Jennifer. And DJ Turneroo, smart, we did that. I'm assuming you're talking about having to ship to Brett and Deborah's P.O. box. Yeah, I'm hoping that they get there in the morning, so So I pick them up after 2 days, and then it should be much better. Okay, Chief Broken Brain. Yeah, I know. Very familiar with a phone not cooperating. You won't believe the number of messages I've sent. I don't even have it typed out right. And then when I hit send, it changes it on me. Hello, Sassy777. Well, I actually feel better today than I have in quite a while. So hopefully that keeps up. Well, thank you, Joanne. Yeah, he is a very sweet kitty. Well, all my kitties are sweet. You can't see him, but Superman's laying here, half in my lap, half on the arm of the chair. Then Oriole's right up here, the footboard of my bed. Hello, Troy. So hopefully next year I'll have a little better setup. I'm going to have to get the chickens divided up later on this fall. So there'll be the right rooster with the right hens. Because I want to be able to breed purebred chickens. If someone wants a barnyard mix, that's fine. I'll be able to do that also. But ideally, you want to be able to have purebred. And then, assuming they all live, but from what I've read, they probably won't, I'll have 18 guineas on pest control. I got a few extra because I've heard the guineas get taken by predators pretty easy. And also, they'll wander off. And you can't really contain them because they're very good flyers. You're going to have a 6 or 8 foot high fence run property, and they'll go right over that like nothing. So fencing them in's not an option. Hopefully I don't lose a lot of them, but I want to prepare for it because the ticks are just terrible in this whole area. So hopefully they'll do a good job of them. Thank you, Joanne. I love the kitties too. They're my favorite animals. And actually, the dogs will be tied with the cats. But since I haven't had the dogs for that long, that's why they're not tied with the cats yet. But they will be. They're getting close. Yeah, I read a lot about guineas. I know some people hate guineas. Well, when I put these outside today, I wasn't so sure if I liked guineas. when I took them out of the brooder I had them in, put them in a cat carrier to carry them outside, I had a heck of a time catching them. And one of them got out, flying around the house. But once I got him out there, got him in the dog crate, then they were a little bit better. They calmed down after that. Yeah, I've had quite a few kittens over the years. 9 out of the 10 cats that I have now, I've had since the day they were born. And then Sanford, he was a rescue. And they're all so sweet. Whoops. See, what else did I get done today? Well, after I got the guineas out in their outdoor enclosure, then I had to get their brooder all cleaned out good, get that set up for the chicks and the keats that I'm getting tomorrow. And then I've got the ones I got 2 weeks ago. What? Yeah, 2 weeks ago. I've got those in another tote, and I want to split up the Easter egger chicks and Buff Orpington chick from the guinea keats. But because of that 2-week age difference, I think I'm going to have to wait a little while to do that. But I want to get them split up as soon as I can, because with having them together right now, they're all eating the same food. They're eating game bird starter. That's what the guineas should be eating. But the chicks should not be eating game bird starter. They should be eating chick starter. But with having so many of them die from the last shipment, I didn't want to split them up because I've only got, 4 chicks and 2 guinea keats in there. So I didn't want to split them up, have 4 and 2. So now, when the ones I get tomorrow, when they get a little bit older, then I can get them separated like I want to get them separated. Yeah, I've never had a cat live to 19. The longest I've had a cat live is 14. That was Pumbaa. She was already named when I got her. She actually was my son's cat, but she was more of my cat, you know what I mean? And then when he grew up and moved out, he officially gave her to me. And she'd never been sick a day in her life. It was just routine stuff that she ever went to the vet for. And it's all of a sudden, when she was 14, I didn't see her for most of the day. Didn't see her all evening. So I went looking for her and found her laying on the floor dead. So I'm assuming heart related. Because I've read that usually when a cat shows no symptoms and just all of a sudden dies, it's usually heart. Yeah, hopefully gonna have quite a few big days coming up, DJ. I got some stuff I want to get done. And I'm just hoping my body lets me do it. Because I'm getting so far behind on stuff. Yeah, I understand you're not wanting any more, Joanne. Hello, J&B. Yes, it was a shot, J&B. She was always trying to sneak out the door. She got out that morning. We got her back in. And actually, that was the last time I ever saw her when we got her back in. Um, well, I think I got it secure now so the dogs can't get out. And since I did that last work on the fence, they haven't gotten out. And also, I know some of you that was in here on Sunday know I had an issue with my eye, just under my eye. I think that was something that I got into when I was working on the fence. Because I don't know why I didn't think of this before. But I was working on the fence Friday evening, right up until it got dark. And there's some brush and briars and vines and stuff out there that I actually want to get cut. So if I have to go out there again, I don't have to deal with all of that. And then Saturday morning, all of a sudden, I got that red rash under my eye. And then after a couple days, my skin started drying out and rough and stuff. I had the same exact thing on my arm the time before when I was working on the fence. That didn't develop until the next day. So I'm pretty sure it was something out there. I don't know. Poison ivy, poison oak. I'm not sure what is out there. I haven't even been back out there to look to see what it might have been since it happened. Really kind of afraid to go back in that area if I don't have to. But I think that's what it was. And as you can see, my eye has pretty much healed up. It's still a little bit red there, but it's much better than it was. And my arm, that happened about a week before. You can't even see that now. There was actually 2 different spots on my arm, and they both have cleared up. Oh, pneumonia can do you in, Joanne. That can be nasty. I never went to the doctor for it because I didn't have insurance. But this was about almost 25 years ago. I was very sick, coughing terrible, and it lasted for well over a month. I was really sick for about 2 weeks. I'm pretty sure that was pneumonia. Hello, Lauren and Joel. Well, I haven't really made too many preparations for winter yet. I have been looking at propane heaters, and I actually did pick out the heater that I would like to get. There's not really a lot that I have to do ahead of time. There's not. Well, at this point, I don't know if I'll be in the big house before winter or not. If I'm still here, I'll just have a hose running over for water. And if we get nights below freezing, that will freeze. So I'll just make sure I've got extra water in here. But other than that, I'm not really too worried about it. Yes, it is sea Clifton. Very hard. Hello, Jonesy. Yep. I think it was Monday night. They dropped me to 1999. This morning, I was actually at 1997. And then I checked it this evening. I don't know, probably 3-4 hours ago. And I back up to 1998. So, guess I gotta hit it again. I think, was this going to be the 8th time or is this going to be the 9th time? It'll stick eventually. Yeah, I know what you mean there, Steve Clifton. My my kitties are all my children. Well, that's good that you got the three siblings. There was one time that I only had one cat, and indoor only cat, and he got out and he heard my voice and was coming across the road because he heard me and got hit by a car. And that was really tough because it was my only cat. Oh, definitely, Joanne. I'll be careful. Okay, have a good night, J&B. Hello, Marianne. Well, Joanne, I've been noticing every year I'm a year older. It adds up. Yep, we're all getting older, DJ. But it's better than the alternative. Um, yeah, I might, because eventually it's going to be insulated anyway, Lauren and Joel. I might do some insulating in here. I want to get all the holes drilled for the electric first. And then what I want to insulate it with is the 1 inch foam that we did the roof with. As long as I got the holes in there, so I got room enough to maneuver the drill, that 1 inch foam be back far enough so I'll still be able to run the wire afterwards. So I might use some help with that when the time comes. Yeah, Judy, that's what my father used to say when he was getting older. He said he had to get everything he wanted to do done in the morning because later in the day he wasn't going to be able to do it. Hello, Old Pecan Homestead. Welcome in. I think this is your first time. Okay, I am subscribed to you. Thought I was, but always like to check. And I'll turn you blue, so if you want to check anyone's channel out, you can. Oh yeah, I know what you mean there, DJ. Yeah, I look forward to my bed every night. Yes. Anyone got any questions for me? Go ahead and ask. Yes, Joanne, that is very important. You need to slow down. You try to go too fast, it's not going to turn out well for you. Um, Hello, Patricia. Yeah, today actually went pretty good. Today I feel the best, both health wise and back wise. I feel the best I have in at least a week, probably more like 2 or 3 weeks. So, tried to get some of the stuff done today that I've been falling behind on. Um, no, it's not a problem getting around the yard. The rocks are more up on the hill where the chickens are. The yard actually isn't bad at all. And to get up where the chickens are, the most direct route, that is very stony. But I found another way, go up the side. If you've seen in any of Just videos from the past couple years where the shed is, I go over towards the shed and go up that way. There's a nice, easy route to get up there. And then once I get up on top of the hill, there's some stones up there. But I'm just careful walking around them. And actually, I don't know if I tripped over any stones at all. I've got my foot caught in a tree root that was sticking up, and a small tree limb that blown down. Got my foot caught in one of them a week or two ago, and that almost didn't turn out good, but I was able to catch myself. But eventually, I want to get some walkways made. But the first thing I got to do is get the permanent chicken runs done, so I know where to put the walkways, and then it should be a lot better. I'll get some stones picked up and get a few holes filled in here and there, and then it should be a lot better. But it takes time for everything. And it seemed like most of the summer just been kind of rough on me. I've had times when I haven't been feeling the best and my back's been giving me issues. I'm thinking about going back to physical therapy this fall. They told me when I ended that, I think it was right around Memorial Day. They suggested taking a few months off, see how things go over the summer, and then if I need to, get a hold of them to go back. And I think I'll probably do that. Not right away, but maybe in a month or so. Superman, wanna get up? Are you just moving? Yeah, I thought Superman was gonna get up and go on camera, but he was just repositioning. I hear my little peepers over there. Yeah, I didn't get the video done that I was gonna do. I was gonna get a video taken of them so I could play that. Because the way I'm set up here, it's just too hard for me to grab a trick out and show a trick each time like I did in the past. Yep, when it was hot. Well, the chickens are in shade, so if I went up to see water the chickens when it was hot, because usually I try doing them like between 11 and 1, somewhere in there. So during the hottest part of the day, they would have somewhat cool water. And I'd just go up there with my iced tea, and it'd take about an hour to get all the waters cleaned out and filled back up and feed them. That wasn't too bad. I'd come back inside in the air conditioning for a while. And I just tried not being out in the heat for much more than an hour. Dixie is actually right over here. I know you can't see her, but I'm petting her right now. That's why I'm reaching over here. Yep, she changed her place. She'll pick a spot to lay for 2 or 3 weeks, and then she moves somewhere else. And actually, when she left the back of the chair, then she laid on top of a box farther down. And then today, she decided she's going to come and lay right over here. Yeah, Superman is super. Yeah, he's feeling a lot better now. Because I've noticed the past few days, he's actually been running around chasing the other cats. Because they like to chase each other from one end of the house to the other. And he hasn't done that in several months. And his head tilt isn't as bad as it was. He still got his head tilted, but it's not as bad as it was. I think I'm gonna take him back to the vet and have him double check just to make sure that his upper respiratory infection, sinus infection, I guess his ear infection is all cleared up now. Just to make sure that stuff is all clearing up since he has such time with it. And then if they need to give him some more medicine, then go ahead and give it to him before he really gets sick again. Oh, that's the way it used to be when I was in New York, Jonesy. It would just rain and rain and rain and rain. I know 2 years ago, we went 6 weeks with rain every single day. It wasn't a downpour every day, but we would get at least a trace of rain every day for about 6 weeks. That was terrible. Yep, I know what you mean there, Jonesy. And what I hate is when you make sure you have it typed out just the way you want it, and as soon as you hit send, it changes. That really irritates me. Hello, Midnight Madness. Yeah, I think sometimes phones are possessed, Patricia. They have a mind of their own. Oh, hope nothing serious, Joanne. We're supposed to get a little bit of rain tonight and a little bit tomorrow from the hurricane, but that's far enough east. And I've heard now it's tracking even farther east than they originally thought, so we might not get anything. Because they were saying expected rainfall was less than a tenth of an inch for tonight and less than a tenth of an inch for tomorrow. But it's cloudy, kind of breezy out there. It just kind of acts like it might rain. Yeah, I know. Yeah, Alabama's supposed to get a lot of rain. Of course, Louisiana, because that's where it came ashore. And the eastern part of Arkansas is supposed to get quite a bit. Not as bad as farther east, but the eastern part of Arkansas, they're saying 2 to 4 inches, with some areas a little more. Yeah, we're not in terrible shape here because we got quite a bit of rain last month, but it is getting dry. But I think if we don't get anything out of this, I don't think there's anything else predicted for the next 10 days. No, that's it. We won't get anything tonight and tomorrow. They're not predicting anything right through the 20th. By then, it will really be dry. Yeah, the rain's been so funny this summer. I know there's areas of Arkansas, Oklahoma, Missouri, all the surrounding areas where they've gone a couple months without hardly any rain. And right here, we haven't been more than maybe 3 weeks without rain. Yeah, I see some people getting to know some of their neighbors. Yeah, I forgot whose channel it was. Someone's channel I just found out about the other day. And I was reading their information. They've got a Boonville address, about an hour from here. I'd never heard of the channel until a few days, maybe a week or so ago. Here's Superman. Oh, I see what he's doing. I saw he went over towards the water dish, then came back. Batman's over there getting a drink. So he decided to come back instead of trying to drink with Batman. Yeah, I used to use flea collars, but I don't anymore. I read a lot of bad stuff about flea collars, and especially the ones I was using. I was using Hearts, and I read stuff from vets saying never use Hearts products. Four of my cats did get flea medicine put on them at the vet's office, and that medicine also worked for ear mites and worms. And I bought some to put on the rest of the cats, but I haven't put it on the rest of them yet because I'm nervous about putting those drops on them. And what they did in the vet's office, all 4 of them were okay. They didn't have any side effects from it. The only thing I really trust 100% is Cap Action or Capstar, if you want to get the name brand. But I go the Cap Action, exact same stuff, but it's a little cheaper. That's completely safe, and it will kill every flea on them. But then in a few days, they'll start getting fleas back again. Yeah, the medicine I got right from the vet's office. It's the same stuff that they put on these 4, all except for Sanford. His is something different because he's less than 5 pounds, and this medicine they only had for 5 to 9 pounds and 9 to 20 pounds. So they gave me a different one for him. What I got for him is for 2 to 5 pounds. Hello, Tales Told in the Dark. Yeah, I really worry about flea meds. And for Teddy, I got the one for bigger cat for him. And then when I got home, I got looking him over and thinking, I don't think he's 9 pounds. I think he might be like 7 pounds. And I asked the vet about that, and she said it'd be okay to put it on him, but only put half of it on him. Yep, Sanford is a little over 6 months old. When I took him to the vet right after I first rescued him, I thought he was 2, maybe 3 months old. And she said he was 5 months old. And that was on July 30th. He's still pretty small. I think he's going to be a small cat. Yep, that'll be a lot better, Midnight Madness. Hardwood floor going to be a lot better than carpet. Yeah, that's not good, C. Clifton. And that I got the brand I'd never heard of before. But when she put it on Superman, she said he had a few ear mites, so she chose this one because it works on ear mites also. It's Paris egg. Never heard of that before. Now I looked it up online. It's supposed to be pretty good, and they've had very few problems when they did the safety testing on it. The cats that did have issues with it, they had other health conditions. No Midnight Madness. I'm still working off the biostat. I don't know when I'll have fiber optic. It should be before too long. But for the time being, it's going to be blurry. I did buy a webcam from Amazon that I'm going to try. In fact, I was going to try it tonight, but I didn't like the way it was sitting on my laptop. It just acted like it was ready to fall off at any time. It wouldn't really clip on. So I have an idea for that. I'm going to try to set that up, and I might do a pop-up in the next couple days and see, just do a test on it, see if that makes any difference. Otherwise, I'll try that on Sunday and see if it makes any difference. I don't think it's gonna. Because that webcam that Dogman gave me, it actually was the worst picture with that. So I don't think it's going to work, but I'll give it a shot. But I'm pretty sure that it's the internet. And I've noticed other channels that's working off satellite, they're not as clear as they could be either. It's funny because for download, it's great. Get very good speeds, no buffering whatsoever. But the upload speed just isn't there. It's halfway decent to upload a video. Like a 10-minute video, I can upload in about a half hour, which isn't terrible. Not the greatest, but for live, it just doesn't seem to be doing that. Well, that arthritis sucks, Patricia. Because my back and my hip are right full of arthritis. When I shattered my vertebrae back in 1996, they had to take bone out of my hip for a bone graft. And the area where they took that out, I got a lot of arthritis in that area now. Hello, Kenny and Debbie. Nope, no news on moving into the big house yet. Midnight Madness. I think Jeff is gonna be getting the rest of his stuff out relatively soon. I haven't talked directly to him, but through his videos, he was saying he's not quite as busy now as he was. And he did mention that he's got to finish moving out. So I'm kind of expecting him relatively soon. And then, as soon as he gets his stuff out, then we'll just have to see about the work that needs to be done on the house, how quick that can get done. Well, actually, as far as the roof, that can be done anytime if she can get a hold of a roofer. That's been the issue with that. But I don't think the floor is going to take too long once they can get in there and start working on that. And then I can start moving in. I'm probably gonna take a few days, maybe week or so, and move some of the smaller stuff over that I don't need to have in here right now. And then try to get some people together to help me move the heavier stuff. Yep, definitely, Patricia. Yep, we'll get this figured out eventually, Patricia. Yes, Midnight Madness. Yep, I've seen some of his videos. And I actually was talking to Mike just before he put the video out, letting everyone know that he was on the diet. Yeah, he is doing pretty good at the weight loss. I need to lose some weight, but I'm not going to do it with the same diet that he did. I'm actually going to, and it's going to be a lot easier after I have a full kitchen. But I'm going to do it with just eating better. Because I'm still not eating the best. Is there anything else that I haven't covered? Yeah, I'll have to take a look at some diets, find something that looks like it might work good for me, or maybe just some good healthy meals. It's not getting cold now. We're getting down in the 60s at night. But for a few nights there, we had an Arctic blast and it was getting darn cold. It was 48 degrees in here when I got up one morning. Well, actually 49 when I got up. I had to use the bathroom, and I went right back to bed. Because old cold mornings, I just stay in bed till it started to warm up a little bit. Because I refused to turn heat on in September. And then I checked my thermometer to see what the low temperature was when I got up, and it had gotten down to 48. I've got a heater. I'm just not going to use it in September. I used to try that when I was in New York too. Couldn't always do it. Sometimes I'd have to start the heater up in September. But I think it's going to be safe for me to say I won't have any heat on in September this year. 40s won't bother chickens at all. I don't start worrying about chickens until it gets down towards 0. Chickens can handle usually about 10 degrees to 85, 90 degrees with no problem at all. Get colder than that and hotter than that, then it can be an issue. Oh, yeah. I'm making Alberta was cold. Yeah, I'll still eat out some. But my worst problem is what I'm eating at home right now. Because I'm not set up with a full kitchen. It's a lot easier just take one of those home meal completes and throw it in the microwave, or a banquet TV dinner. Usually chickens don't have any problem down to 10 degrees or so. Gets down below freezing. You do want to make sure that you're not getting cold drafts and wind blowing through the coop and stuff. And then the colder it gets, the better you want to have stuff set up for them. I don't like to see it get below zero because they start getting frostbite on the cones. A lot of people say that doesn't hurt them, but I don't like it. I'm with you, Joanne. I hate the cold. I'll take 100 degrees over below zero any day. Nope, I didn't watch that Midnight Madness. Yeah, that's fine if you ask me if I watched the debate, but no political talk on here, please. I know a lot of channels are saying the same thing. And actually, YouTube doesn't want anything controversial being said. I actually did read a little bit today about what was going on, but I wouldn't be able to stand watching it. Yeah, I hate the politics. I absolutely hate it. In fact, I still have to get registered to vote down here because I haven't changed my registration over yet, and I'm gonna register no party. I don't want to be associated with any political party. I've been on here for an hour and 24 minutes now. Does anyone have any questions for me? I want to at least make it an hour and a half. So if anyone's got any questions about anything about me, or anything you might have missed that you was expecting me to talk about, what I talked about before you came in, or anything, um, well, the last, and it was the only major concert that I've been to. Well, I took my son to NSYNC when he was 12 years old. So that was a long time ago. Because he's 36 now. That was 24 years ago. And I've been to some small, regionally known stars. Been to some small concerts like that. But the NSYNC concert was the only big name that I've ever been to. That actually was a very good concert, except for the teenage girl screaming at the top of their lungs. That ruined it. But other than that, I actually did enjoy it. Yes. I have a son that I adopted when he was 11 years old, just before he turned 12. He's 36 now. He's still living in New York. He was saying at one time that he wanted to move down here, but I really don't think he ever will. Hello, Tracy. Yeah, I'm having a pretty good night after a good day. Yeah, I imagine the Beach Boys would have been a good concert to go to. Okay, have a good night, Joanne. Um, what I like most about streaming is just hanging out with my friends. I've got more friends on YouTube than I've ever had that I actually been friends with face to face. So I just enjoy coming here, talking to everyone. And once I get fiber optic, I think I may try having people come up on panel again. I don't think I can do it with the satellite. I know there would be a lag, so someone would be talking over someone all the time. With a fiber optic, I think I can do it. And it seemed like things have calmed down. They're not gone, but it seems like things have calmed down a little bit with the trolls right now. I just didn't want to deal with that when I stopped having people come up on panel. That was the reason I stopped doing that. But I think I would like to try that again, but not until after I get the fiber. Any more questions? Or is it bedtime? Okay, have a good night, Patricia. Possibly Midnight Madness. I have thought about some games. Yeah, I think once I get the fiber optic, that's going to open up a lot of doors. Right now, I'm pretty limited on what I can do. You're welcome, Joanne. Thank you for being here. Well, I think it might be time to go to bed now. Or maybe get something to eat. Think I'm going to have some cheese and crackers. And then I'll go to bed. Well, thanks for being here, everyone. I appreciate it. Got another live Sunday at 5:30 Central. And like I was saying earlier, I might do a pop-up in the next couple days to test out that new camera to see if it makes any difference. I've got my doubts, but I do want to see if it might make a difference. Okay, thank you, everyone. Have a good night.